Hi guys, what's going on? It's JB here with another episode of Career Mode, Burnley Career Mode. I'm forgetting what episode we're into now, but it'll be good fun nonetheless because it's cup tie football and we usually have some fun in that. It's always fun when cup tie football comes round, and we're at home to Fulham in the Carabao Cup third round. So important that we get past championship opposition. It was always going to be tough considering we're favourites to win that particular match, but winners would go into the last 16 and then the last 8, and who knows. But it was an important game for us. We needed to win the game. Remember, if it ends a draw, we go into extra time, and I think this one was an extended game that went into extra time. So prepare for some real cup tie thrills and spills in this episode as the Clarets take on Fulham at Turf Moor, and I have to say it was a dramatic game. Enjoy the best bits. Well, here we are at Turf Moor, Fulham the visitors, but I have to watch Boyan, the 28-year-old who's Spanish, former Barcelona youngster, and of course former Stoke player, signed from Stoke. That's barely a few quid, but they've certainly produced the performance so far. This is their lineup, and it's a pretty strong side, although Danny Ings is dropped to the bench for this one. Tom Davies comes in, Will Hughes will partner in the centre. Otherwise though, it's the same team that's going really well in the league so far this season. As the two sides shake hands, John Stutsley knows that defending this League Cup would mean an awful lot. First trophy he won as Burnley's gaffer, and this is the Fulham lineup. Some very big names in there. Fonte could be a key man. He's part of a front three with Kamara and Hollow. Kevin McDonald, the ex-Claret, comes into it, and Radgar Sigurdsson, who played in the Euro 2016 for Iceland when they knocked England out. He is one of the two centre-backs this afternoon, or this evening rather. Bettinelli is also their goalkeeper, and a top quality keeper certainly for a championship level. But this is a real test of Burnley's reserve here against the Fulham side. There will be no pushover. Charles Breakspear is the referee. Cisse, Kamara, and Hoggy through, and a chance at a goal for Fulham. Well, would you turn the script up here? Fulham in front after just 10 minutes. And Turf Moor is stunned into silence, and a pretty strong Burnley team are 1-0 down here to a Fulham side that have just had a real go here, and some lovely incisive movement. The shot was just too good for Heaton here. It's Adai with the shot and bang off the crossbar, and the Clarets are 1 down here in the third round of the Carabao Cup. Fulham in front. Wow. Denis Odi with the first goal of the game. 11 minutes on the clock. And Burnley now in desperate strife. Mullow. He's gone through again. Fumped. And Mullow making the run. Fulham here looking for number 2. McDonald, the former Burnley, plays in the post. And Davies tries to stop the follow-up from going, and now Burnley on the break. What a rip-roaring start to a League Cup tie. We've had everything in the opening quarter of an hour and more. Here's Danny Welbeck now. Welbeck is making great progress, and they somehow put the shot wide. Well, he had no great support. Dembele was catching up to try and get in the middle for support, but Welbeck nearly had to shoot, and he shot across goal, but he shot wide. 21 minutes, here's Johansson. And McDonald, good save. Kevin McDonald twice now very close to scoring against his old side. Brought by Owen Coyle when he was the manager there some 7 or 8 years ago. And almost putting his old side to the sword. Johansson with the corner. And still might come here for Cisse. And a shot again and over the top. I'll tell you what, Fulham are giving this cup tie a real go here. And there's the shot, and it gets a deflection there, the shot. And behind for a corner, but Fulham here as Mullow tries another corner here. And he sends it high towards Johansson. He won the header, and this time Tom Heaton behind the header and Burnley have a little bit of respite here. They have been second best here against the Fulham side, who have just gone for it. Oh, that's a foul by Trippier. Referee, no doubts at all, yellow card. And it looks from that particular incident that Mr. Breakspear is going to stand no nonsense here. Was a hard tackle really, and I think Mr. Breakspear is probably about right to give the decision. And Fulham here have got themselves a free kick, and Trippier is running the risk now of possibly being sent off. That's a terrific free kick punched away by Heaton through the crowd. Now Welbeck. Dembele is further forward if he can pick him out, but Welbeck has shown his prowess here, and he might go all the way, all on alone. Welbeck, brilliant goal! Half an hour gone, and a goal of pure individual genius by Danny Welbeck. 1-1. He had to do it all on his own. He could have played in Moussa Dembele as well when he got away here. Get two defenders to slip, had enough pace to get away from the third, and then smashes it past Bettinelli and into the far corner of the net. And Burnley are right back in this game at 1 each. Terrific cup tie we've got ourselves here at Turf Moor, and it's his second goal in the cup this season. 1-1. So here we go again at Turf Moor for the start of the second half. Burnley now in current, we're attacking the Jimmy McElroy stand to our left. This is Welbeck. Burnley with that equalising goal after half an hour. Oh, Welbeck on for his second, good block, but not fully away. This is Boyan. He was tripped surely there, and the referee has got to show a little bit more. I'm surprised he's been lenient there, the referee. I'm going to be honest. Shearer with a free kick. Oh dear me, caught that all wrong. And into the crowd it goes for a goal kick. Hughes. Welbeck. Just over a quarter of an hour left. Welbeck, good save. Oh, how has he saved that, Bettinelli? He was practically going the wrong way, and somehow his outstretched hand has kept the ball out. Well, somehow here, Carabao Cup Fulham are surviving here. Caney. And we'd love to do it as a former Blackburn Rovers supporter player and knock Burnley out, but here come Burnley again with Ings. Turning it well. Oh, Welbeck! Oh, just too close to Bettinelli. We're into stoppage time. It looks as if we're going to have extra time here, because I tell you what, Fulham have hung in there well, and maybe could pinch it here because there's a break on here, and Fonte's waiting in the middle, but BNB got it back just in the nick of time. Is there any more time now for any more heroics in maybe Font? Oh, he almost won it for Fulham. And Danny Welbeck will pick up a booking. Camera panning to him. In fact, the referee has things blown for half time, full time, so we're going to have extra time, another half an hour. If no decision is made, it will be penalties. But at full time, it's 1 each. Well, we're back with you now for the extra time period. 15 minutes either way. And Danny Welbeck did pick up a booking, it turns out. This is Welbeck. Has to check back. Ings deflected behind for a corner. He's getting desperate times. Ings has to come on as a substitute. They weren't getting any change out of Dembele, the Clarets. That's why Danny Ings, one of the top scorers, is on. Shearer's corner towards Ings. And again, well snuffed out by Fulham. And Ings can't get there. Good save again, Bettinelli. It's been played exclusively now in the Fulham penalty box this game. Ings got a miracle to get it even goal bound, and the goalkeeper scrambled across and made an absolute thrilling save. Shearer with the corner, and another header one, and again off the line. Oh my goodness, Fulham are living a charmed life at the moment. Shawcross, Shearer. Ings is through. Can Welbeck get in there? And still might be. Oh, and a penalty! Yes! On Stephen Ward. A penalty to Burnley. And Fulham here could well be on their way out here. Tripped him up, I have to say. Looks a clumsy challenge. But the penalty is given. It's up to Bettinelli now to save Fulham's skin. He's done it so many times tonight. Sharer from the spot then. And it's saved by Bettinelli. Sharer! Goal! He's got it in the second attempt after the initial penalty was saved. Not the best penalty. Too close to the keeper and made a fine save. But Sharer reacted quickest before anybody else. Got it out from under his feet and then just managed to dig it out and hit it in off the post. And Burnley at long last have taken the lead in this cup tie. And next extra time is proving very, very critical indeed. 2-1 Burnley. And here goes Defoe. The support he thinks can be found. Oh, and it's a goal! Stephen Defoe on his own. 2 goals in the first period of extra time. Might have just sent Fulham. He had Ings and Welbeck in the middle, and he's hitting it off the post. Bettinelli just couldn't get there. Had no chance at all, and in it goes off the post. And Burnley now, having pressured that Fulham goal for most of the second half and most of this first half of extra time, have now found themselves 2-1 up, and they're going to make a change here. Tanessabi will come on for Stephen Ward. Well, it was 1-1 up until the 99th minute, and 2 goals in 6 extra time minutes have really turned this cup tie up Burnley's way. 2-goal cushion now, thanks to a goal from Sharer after his initial penalty had saved, scored from the 4-up, and then a brilliant solo goal from Stephen Defoe gives Burnley a half-time in extra time, a 3-1 lead. Well, we're now running out of time. Fulham have surely run out of time. Hughes with a back header, and here's Welbeck now to really finish it off. He's playing Ings in. That's a goal. That will kill off Fulham once and for all. Burnley will go into the 4th round of the Carabao Cup, but my heavens, have we made hard work of it tonight. 4-1, I suppose, is tough on the visitors because they've really dug in there and made it a real gripping cup tie. But in the end, extra time has shown Burnley's class, and Danny Ings, who come on as a second half substitute, has made the difference, and there's made it 4-1, and it means now with practically time out, Burnley cannot be caught, and a place in the last 16 beckons for Burnley as their defence goes on. But tonight they've had a stiff test from a championship side in Fulham that have not made it easy for them one iota. It's been a great performance from them. They don't deserve 4-1 really, Fulham, on the balance of it, but as I said, Burnley showed their class, and in the end they ran out comfortable winners, but it was anything but comfortable for the first 90 minutes or so, because it was 1-1. Fulham took the lead, then Welbeck equalised, and for most of the second half and until the 99th minute of the game in extra time, Fulham's goal with the charm life. Goals then from Sharer from a rebound after his penalty was saved. The 4 made it 3-1 on the stroke of half-time in extra time, and right at the end, Danny Ings making it absolute. 4-1, and what a cup tie it's been. Final score, Burnley 4, Fulham 1. Yes, well done to Fulham for making our test a real stiff one tonight. Fulham out. Ipswich have been beaten 4-1 at Bournemouth. In fact, there's the draw. We couldn't give you the full results, but we've got Everton next up. Chelsea, Man City's another one. Man United, Leeds. That's always a good one. Huddersfield, Newcastle, another top game. And Rochdale, home to Southampton. Bournemouth, West Ham, another big game. Wycombe, Stevenage, what an opportunity for one of those two teams to get through to the next round. And Norwich there too as well. So there's plenty of good teams that are still left in it. A few big teams have fallen by the wayside already at this early stage, but there's still some big contenders left in that Carabao Cup. Well, it's back to league action for us next up, and as we turn down the offer to manage Holland, who are football in disarray at the moment. If you look at them in real life, we play Southampton next up at in the Premier League, and then it's Napoli in the Champions League the episode after. So join us for that if you can. But for me, JB, I hope you've enjoyed the game. We're at St Mary's, by the way, so join us then. But for me, JB, as Fulham made hard work for us in the Carabao Cup, it's goodbye for now.